for your appraisal. 480-227-3238, AZMB 094-3301.
Hi, this is Coach Doug Badowski of the Maricopa Mustangs, and you're listening to the JV Sports Show.
Your lunch break just got more intense. Tune in starting at noon for The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays on AM 1060.
Welcome back to the JV Sports Show. Little Alice Cooper there. School's out. Actually, school's in, but being a Saturday, you're trying to find music that kind of correlates with the whole campus education thing. So anyway, welcome back to the JV Sports Show. We are here with ACU Firestorm head football coach Jeff Bowen. Coach Bowen, talk to us a little bit about this first tree trunk here that we're going to introduce, this All-American that we have here.
Jaron Green is our defensive leader. He was an All-American for us last year. Actually, he's our first All-American on the defensive side of the football. He had an outstanding junior year, and the thing about Jaron is he's actually stepped up his game in the offseason. He's really worked to put his body in great shape and be ready for his senior year, and his practices have been outstanding. He's leading by example, and we're excited about where he's headed. I could see him being a first-team All-American guy this year.
Well, Coach Bowen, thank you so much for joining us, and we want to go ahead and bring Mr. Jaron Green on here now, number 90 for the Arizona Christian University Firestorm, All-American defensive tackle. We're going to speak with him a little bit about the transition over here to the west side and a number of other things this morning. Jaron, how are you doing this morning, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good to have you. Make sure get that right up there. Vince?
Jaron, first of all, tell us a little bit about your journey here to Arizona Christian. How did you become a Firestorm, and where are you from?
I'm from Mesa, Arizona. I went Juco route first. I went there for 2 years, and then ended up coming here. Coach Will came from Phoenix College, so I had a couple offers, and then didn't really want to leave state. So once I found out that he was coming here, I got a visit here, and I loved it here. So that's why I chose to come here.
And talk about the excitement for this. This is your senior year, so you've got to be really excited about this. Talk about the guys that you're going to go into battle with here coming up very shortly.
Oh, yeah, I'm very excited. This offseason we worked really hard together, so I feel like we're coming out. We brought a lot of new guys in, so we're trying to get that bond, and I think it's coming along pretty good. So I'm excited for this season to see what we have, and just go out there and fight. We got a lot of new D linemen, so it's nice to be able to get them and bring them under your wing. They're freshmen, so bring them under your wing and improve their game too.
What kind of pressure is on your shoulders now, being named an All-American and coming back and playing? Do you think some of your opponents, if not all of them, are going to be kind of gunning for you, trying to make a statement as they run the football at you and from your defensive line position?
Yeah, I believe there's gonna be a lot of pressure, but I don't think about that stuff. I just go out there and play every day and just treat it like a normal game. I try not to let the All-American stuff get in my head. I don't even worry about that stuff.
Let's talk about your two-gap abilities real quick. Talk about, are you playing a three technique? Are you head up on the nose guard? Where are you exactly lined up on the football field?
I'm playing a 3 and a 1, so wherever our strength goes, I go to either side.
Okay, very good.
Since you've had a chance, since you're staying in state here and you're staying local, you have a pretty good fan base of family coming out here to watch you every week. Do they, do you get a lot of encouragement from them? Some pointers. I mean, do you have any siblings that you grew up with that also played?
Yeah, I have my dad and my mom, stepmom, my sister, and nephews. They come out. My brother just moved back to Denver, and me and my dad were the only one to play football. My brother's a basketball player, so.
Interesting.
He never played football, so I just get all my pointers from my dad and out here from the coaches.
Who are some of your inspirations? What kind of players did you look up to when you were younger that you wanted to model your game after?
Really, I looked up to Ray Lewis because he was just so aggressive. But now I really watch Aaron Donald. I like the way he uses his hands, so I try to mimic my game after him.
What would you say is the most underutilized weapon on the football field, especially for a defensive lineman?
Hands. A lot of guys don't use their hands. They just like to get in and bull rush. So that's one thing I've been working on, is to get off a block and use my hands.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold feet to the fire here. I want to get your opinion. So give me what you think is the greatest strength of this team, not including your own position, what's the greatest strength and what's the greatest opportunity to improve on this team?
I think our O-line is really strong. They go against the D-line every day, so we just push each other. So our O-line is a very strong point on our team, and that helps our offense be able to do what they do. And on the D-line, I think we can improve there because we have a lot of freshmen coming in, so it's a lot different from playing high school to college. So right now, that's what our main goal is, a lot of the seniors and juniors on the D-line. We're focusing on the freshmen and getting them better.
What would you say to maybe some high school players who have graduated recently, or maybe they're about to graduate? They're kind of on the fence as to whether they want to play football or not. That maybe they don't quite have the ASU offers, or the U of A is not knocking on the door. A&M, Florida State, but they still have that passion for the game. They still want to play, but they're not really sure which direction to take it. What would you tell them?
It doesn't matter D1, D2, D3, NAI. It doesn't matter. It's all football. So if you're a football player and you're a good football player, you'll be found. It doesn't matter what level you're at.
Let's hey Mitch, let's bring our caller on. He's Danny, right? Is that who we have? Okay, so Danny Panitz. Danny, you there?
Man, what are you doing, baby?
Hey, man. All right. So Danny is a former teammate of mine from Scottsdale Community College. We're going back 30 years. Danny works. He was a junior college athlete, and we're bringing you on the show because we got a Juco guy here that's an All-American that transferred to Arizona Christian University NAIA school here in the Phoenix area. What advice can you give this young man? He's an All-American going into this season, defensive tackle named Jaron Green, and you ended up transferring. You went to what, Murray State in Kentucky?
I went to Morehead State.
Morehead, sorry.
Program. Yep, Morehead.
Okay.
Recruited by Rex Ryan.
Okay.
Former Jets head coach. A great career over at Morehead State. Correct.
Okay. All right. So you went to Morehead State. You were a pretty good linebacker from what I recall, and the pressures of moving up into a bigger program. What advice can you give this young man here as he's got a little bit of a target on his back as an All-American?
Well, at the end of the day, it's all about preparation. You have to be physically prepared. I mean, currently I've been coaching now about 19 years here at high school football in New York, in addition to the business I have. But, we've been successful because it's about preparation. It's not just the individual athlete, but the team. If he goes in prepared with his feet, with his speed, if he's prepared where he's got his wind, if he's prepared where he's able to outlast his athlete, outlast his competition, he's going to do just fine. The big thing is coaching up a kid that's in shape. If a kid's not in shape, he's not going to start learning from the coaching staff how to defeat his opponent. So he's got to be well-winded with his wheels. And he also has to be very strong. In addition to that, he should be in the weight room, a weight room junkie. He should be watching as much film as possible. He should be watching as much college football as possible, NFL football as possible, and watching techniques and working on techniques every single day. He doesn't have to go crazy and spend 8 hours in the gym. He's going to have quality time on the track, quality time in the weight room, quality time watching film, working on his craft. That's the
Danny,
best advice I can give him.
In 10 seconds, tell us what you're doing now in Manhattan.
Well, actually, I'm in Long Island.
What are you, like a slumlord over there? What are you doing?
I'm a real estate developer. I build affordable housing in New York, all over New York and Long Island. But right now, I'm watching the spread offense against the 4-3 defense. I got my guys getting ready for our first game in about 3 weeks.
All right. Well, you got a couple of guys that are going to be looking for jobs here pretty soon, as they get their degrees. So we're going to keep you in mind. So, and in fact, if this radio program doesn't continue, then we're also going to be looking for jobs. Yeah. All right. No, I'm kidding. All right, Danny. Thank you so much for calling. We'll talk to you again.